Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the Computer Show. I'm doing well, having a wonderful day on this third July 2025. Today we are starting our Squid Game recap review. So we started watching the third series because it just released, but because people are spoiling it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recap the first and review the first series that I watched a couple of times. Right now we're watching the second season. I'm going to be watching the second season. When I'm done, I'm going to be able to do a recap. So you're going to see me looking down a lot. I'm looking at the computer. So the reality is I saw the first season 3 times. I didn't really watch it. And then, even then, I'm not going to have enough knowledge of the second season to really like do a proper recap. So what I do is I like to go on my computer, look at the show, look at it scene by scene, and then looking at it scene by scene, you really are able to do a nice storytelling. So we're gonna do season one, the one today. I would love to do season one. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I'm gonna give myself a little bit more than 40 minutes. Why? Because 40 minutes for a video is actually very long, and I got shit to do today. So season 1 episode 1, 1, 2, 3. Soleil, which is sunshine or sun in English. So the show starts very simply with a with a storytelling. Oh, by the way, since I've watched the show so often and I know the show so well, it's gonna be spoiler. So the first thing that we see is very, very old school games. Now it's in black and white, which is really cool. Why? The black and white kind of symbolize old age, and when you know who was behind the whole Squid Game, you kind of see that was him. That was him behind everything, which is really cool. We see our main character, which I'm not gonna pronounce the name because I don't have a good memory. Jin Hoon. Okay. Jin Hoon. And what is really cool about season 1, episode 1 is we really captured the athlete aspect of it. He's a guy that owes money. He's a guy that is kind of like a shitty father. He tries to be a good father, but it kind of is a shitty father. Now, I want to specify something that I find very, very, very important. When I say that he is a shitty father, I don't mean as a shitty father. I mean, so you can try to be the best person without being a good person. He's trying to be a good father. He's trying, but he's not able to. And because he's not able to, he ends up being a bad parent. And using his mom. The cool thing is, because I saw season 2, we see him betting on the races, right? Give me a sec. Yeah, he's betting on the horses race. And the funniest thing is, you see this guy right here. That's his best friend. That's the main character, by the way. His best friend is in the second season as a member of the Squid Game. Okay, before we start, I should have done this before. I'm sorry. Squid Games are what? Squid Games are taking a bunch of people that have financial needs and saying, you know what, win the game, we'll give you money. Now, that's what they tell you. What they don't tell you is everybody else will die. Everybody else will die. So yes, you can win the whole Shazam, but everybody else will die. This is kind of important to know. Why? Because would you do it if you know that you had a chance to die? No. So he's betting and then he loses. By the way, we're seeing that he has problems, so they follow him. I don't remember if he doesn't important. Then because he has no money. And the craziest thing is, it's a really shitty thing that he did. His mom, she gave him money. This, you see, I'm still able to do a good retelling of the story, even if I'm not looking at it. His mom gave him money, and the money was for his daughter, or her granddaughter birthday. He took the money and went to the horses race. And then he was able to get fried chicken and able to get a small gift, which is not really cool, but the daughter is actually a good character. Now, technically speaking, we're going to see the event starts of Squid Game. So you meet this guy, and this guy is absolutely important. He is called the salesman. So this guy, the salesman, is, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spoil it for reals. I'm gonna really, 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 really spoil it. Um, One of the best is arguably okay. So I don't, I haven't heard a lot about season three. I don't know how it ends, sadly, but I haven't heard a lot. So in second season, there's a lot of characters that we like. There's Thanos. Thanos is a K-pop idol, super cool. The salesman. Salesman is easily the best person in Squid Games. Who is the salesman? The salesman is going to take people that have financial needs and they play a game. And this is actually a really cool game. He says, I don't know what the name is. The name of the game is. I don't know. But you play a game. If you win, 10,000 yen, which is about $100. If you lose, I slap you in the face. I slap you, and I slap you hard. So the reason why he's doing that, the reason is, how far are you willing to go for money? Are you willing to let me inflict pain upon you multiple times? And if the people says yes, you're gonna give them a card, and that card is gonna be the access to the Squid Game, which is their show. So you see the main character is like, yo, let's play. So I'm gonna slap. And the main character is kind of an asshole. Again, it's really cool because we established John He as such an asshole. And sorry guys. And the fact that we made him as an asshole is kind of important. Because when he's in a Squid Game, when you realize people will die, you can kind of feel bad for him. However, you're like, okay, well, he deserves it. He fucking deserves it. And he's an asshole. Now, let's go back to the salesman. Why is the salesman so good? He is an incredible actor. He has a face deformity, which he can do a whole half of his face smiling and a whole half of his face serious. And he's really a character. Super charismatic, super good. I'm going to talk about this season 2 a little bit. I know this is nothing to do, but this is just showing how much I love the salesperson, the salesman. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to do this for the first season. I'm going to do this for the second season. So what we're saying right now, I'm going to repeat it. So what he does is, and that's actually really cool. This was a social experiment in itself, and this is something that I need to talk about. So in the second season, he buys a lot of so it's a bread bun. So the bread bun are super popular in their country. Super popular is what it is. It's a bread with bean paste in it. It's a bit sweet, and those are super popular. But also there's a meal. What he does is he goes to homeless people, and he gives them two choices. Either you take the bun or you take a lottery ticket. And most people take the lottery tickets. The craziest thing that he does, he gives them a coin to scratch the ticket and then give me the coin back. And then at the end, he screams, "You pieces of shit, you are responsible for what you did. I'm not the bad guy here, you made your own choice." And then he takes all of the bread and he steps on it and he destroys it. Why? Because most homeless people chose the lottery tickets. Why is that important? Why is that a social experiment? The social experiment is indeed when you're in trouble, when you're in financial ruin, are you willing to go more hungry or you're willing to go a sinner? And that's what he does. Now, we have in season 2, we have his story. So what he did was he was hired as a Squid Game person, and he kind of despised people. And then he was doing the Squid Game. So the Squid Games, the problem is, I don't know how long it's been. Has it been 10 years, 20 years that they exist? The show started where our main character, Jin Han, follows or joins the Squid Game. It doesn't start there. It doesn't start. And he saw his father as a member. That's my dad. That's my fucking dad. And then instead of feeling bad for his dad, it's like he put himself there. You know? This is just as important to showcase how the salesman thinks. So we have the whole series. We see a couple of slaps, which ends up by the main character joining the Squid Game. This is also super, super important because we have a person. We realize that his mom is sick.
I didn't steal anything, Mom. I earned it all. Endurance, okay? All day I work my hands and face off to earn this money for us. Come on.
You see his mom. This is really cool. Actually, it's really cool. So his mom, she's behind him, but she's very sick. Look at this. So he just told her that he worked for it, and she looked at him with disgust because she knows it didn't work. So then there's this person that takes care of them, and the person that has a fish shop, which is kind of important later on. He goes back in, and what I like here is we're season 1, episode 1, halfway through the show, and this is the Squid Game. So you see, these are the uniform. There's 456 numbers. The 456 numbers is actually quite important. Jin Hoon, which is this guy, Jin Hoon was the last member to join. So with him joining, and this specific scene is fucking important. That's so fucking important. You can find a more important scene. Jin Hoon being the last guy, they always had 456. I don't know why. They always have. The old man that you saw in the picture has the 001, which means that he's the first player to join. And the fact that you get both of them in the same scene is kind of cool. So he's like, okay, what is it? And then the old man tells him, hey, there's games here. There's games. We're going to be playing it. And it's just introduction. So where are we? We're in the Squid Game. The next scene is also super important. We got these characters. This is a gangster. He's the main villain of the show. So why is he the main villain? Because he's strong. So technically speaking, you can, the money goes to the last one standing. So he starts killing people. Like, there's less competition. This girl, she's super chill. She's a fan favorite. So what she does is, they're all financial doubt, ruins. Some of them is gambling, like her main character. Her, what she did was, she has a younger brother or sister, I don't remember. But her parents, they illegally immigrated. So they crossed the border, and it costs money. So then what they do is, they ask for the parents, and like, the guy is like an asshole, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna make your parents come in, but I need more money. And every time that she goes, where are my parents? Like, oh, I need more money. So he really, what should we call it? He's really fighting. And she ends up being in debt, so he is. Now this is cool, because for the first time, the main character comes in and says, yo, leave her alone. And it's not heroic. You would think it's heroic, but it's not heroic. It's just a case of, well, that's an asshole thing to do. To get him to stop. Now him showing up is important because you see one of his childhood friend. And his childhood friend is actually super important. So you guys remember the woman with the fish shop who took care of him? Well, her son is supposed to be this great guy. Is supposed to be this guy who has a fortune. And he's supposed to be this guy who really made it. Is really successful. Now why is that important? Because he in the Squid Game, he did a bankruptcy. He had problem. Now, why is that a good thing? Because it showcases that everybody can be part of the Squid Game. Everybody can be a victim. You never know. And it just goes to show parts of life. Like, for example, in the second series, what I just said, it goes to a park where there's a lot of homeless people. Now, these are not homeless people. These are people that has family, that have homes. They're in debt because they didn't make some smart choices. And because they put themselves here, you're aware of everything that happens. Like, we see this more in season 2. So in season 2, you literally have K-pop artists, and you have a guy that was like a mogul. This is actually pretty funny, he had a YouTube channel that said where to invest your money. And then some of his friends, what they did was, they did pump and dump, which they said, hey, this action is going to be really good. It was really good. And then what he did was, he got involved. He said, promote this action, we'll give you cash. Then this whole the whole thing tanked, and he didn't give him the cash, so he became broke and became hated. Actually, super nice. Now we got a Squid Game. They're saying, hey, welcome. You're gonna have this. Gonna have this battle. They're gonna tell you what it is. The cool thing is, they show everybody, and it says how much depth they have. And the funniest thing is, all of this money, the prize money. So for example, if everybody together, if the 456 players have a debt of 10 billion yen, then the prize money is 10 billion yen. So I thought it was really interesting. We have this guy, this guy with the glasses. I'm gonna show you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. No. 3, 2, 1, 0. There you go. This guy. And the storytelling here is actually quite amazing. I'm sorry, I'm not that great with timing. Okay, so you have a guy. It's too small. The storytelling here is actually quite amazing because you show 3 characters in a row, and the 3 characters in a row are going to be the friends of the main character. So they sign a consent form. They'll be like, "Yo, you'll die." It's kind of funny because we have all the beds. The beds are always going to play such an important part. We have the castle. Now, the cool thing with the castle is they're taking a place. This is so fucking funny. They take pictures of players. And that's for the VIP. You look at the guy with the blonde hair. Look at him. Like, he doesn't take it seriously. Even though they're gonna die. It's actually quite nice. And this is the main characters. Ji-un. Now, this picture is super important. Because this is season 1. And season 2 is gonna have to do the same thing. And in the same picture, the exact same picture, but he's not smiling. So this is the mental state of people, which is kind of important. We're going in the first war. We have our first game, which is green light, red lights. Okay, you see him well here. This is Mr. Hero, the hero of the village, the one that was the most popular, the most successful. But he didn't make it. So green light and red light is actually quite phenomenal. So it's kind of crazy when you think about it. So there's this statue that has glasses, right? And what we'll do, I'll tell you green light. When it's green light, you can move forward. When it's red light, you have to stop. You cannot stop moving. You can't move. So then, when you move, they kill you. Here is one of the most important characters. This is the frontman. So, with the Squid Game, there's a hierarchy. There's the spawn. The spawns. So what they do is they do. I think I have a mask of Squid Game. Give me a sec. I had a mask. I possibly gave it someone. It's a hierarchy. So the hierarchy goes as follows. There's the grunt who are making the game and killing people. There's the frontman who is in charge of everything, and then there's the VIP who are people that pay for the show. And they enjoy themselves, and it's crazy because they're masked, they're hidden. It's actually really cool. So they do the part. Now, of course, there's some people that are getting killed. Because they're getting killed, you realize how important this is. And we realize the rules. We have one of the most important characters. Again. Where is he? I know it's close by. You see the main characters. You see the people that we care about. And you see the assholes. There'll be somebody that's one of the favorite, which is Ali. So Ali, what he does is one of the favorite characters. There you go. Look at this. He holds him. He basically saved the life. He saved the life of the main character. This is about to fall, and if you fall, that's considered moving. So he holds him, and he saved his life. Now, Ali, why is he so popular? Is because he's a foreigner. So Ali brings him the teaching of Hinduism, which is kind of important because he's the most religious person in the thing. We're seeing episode 2, Hell. What they're doing is, you see that they're cremating the body. You see here, cremating the body. Is it important? Not really. It's just to show how little they care about the people. You got Squid Game, episode 2, got a first night, and how much people died. So then, this is a really important scene. Okay, let me find it. Okay, you got 456. This is one of the most important scenes. 456. And you're gonna see the thing lowering a lot. 456 to what? 201 player. So more than half left. And then everybody's like, yo, you killed me. Now, this is a very, very important scene. And I hope this doesn't sound racist. but you see all of them on their knees begging, and it just show how submissive they are, and how like they they decide to be part of the game. Now, of course, this is kind of the craziest thing. They made a choice. Did they make the choice? Yes, they made the choice. They made the choice to be part of the game. That's on them. That's number one. But number two is, if one of them read the consent form, it's like, yo, we can kill you, right? It doesn't say we can kill you, but it says like you surrender your life to us. And then when they see that people die, they on their knees and they're begging like, oh, please stop, please stop, please stop. And then they're like, yo, you made that choice. You made the choice to be in the game. You made that choice. Why are you complaining now? We saved you. At the very first episode, one of the most important scenes of the episode is they're showing everybody how much debt there is. Some of them have millions, some of them have billions yen. They're really in trouble. They're really, really, really in trouble. They're next to being in the streets, right? And they chose to do that. So then when they surrendered, like, oh, please save us. Like, why are you begging now? You knew what you were getting into, you know? So then comes in a very important part of the game. There's so many people that are asking to leave the game that they're asking, okay, well, who want to be part of the game? And now they do a vote. The vote is, I'm in the game or I'm out of the game. So now the craziest thing that happened is it's 99.99. These are all the people. Guys, remember that it's 201 player, because they show that was 201 player. We have 100 and 100. The 100 is mute. There's just one guy left. Now, if you're smart, and hopefully you are, there's two people. Either we start from 0 and then we go to 456, or we go for 466 and go to 1. This is where it's tricky. We see the first one, and when he has the green light, red light, he's laughing and he's having fun, right? So he wouldn't want the game to continue. And then you got this last one, which is Jihan, our main characters. Does he choose to maintain the game, or does he choose to leave the game? It's actually quite cool. Actually quite cool. Yeah, it's number one that votes. And he chooses to end the game. Now this is very important. I'm gonna give you the guy the biggest spoiler right now. So if you don't want to listen to spoiler, skip 25-30 seconds. The number one is actually the main guy. He is the one behind the game. He is the one behind Squid Game. And why that is so important? Well, because he is the one that organized the game. So by giving them the choice of saying, we're going to charge this, I'll be right back, because 5% batteries. It didn't charge last night, I don't know why. Does it matter? No, because we had the batteries. Does it matter? No, because we had the batteries, but at the same time, I wanted to charge. Besides, we're done in 20 minutes. So even if it doesn't charge right away, I don't really care. Okay, so what was I saying? So because he's the one that's organizing the game, you give them a choice. So he kind of knew, because, oh, I charged the wrong thing. I'm dumb. Because of other Squid Games, he knew that some people want to leave. So he gave them a choice. And he's like, okay, well, if you leave this time, because this is a big spoiler, if you leave this time, we'll invite you again. And if we invite you again, you'll know that we're killing you. So if you decide to join again, this is you knowing what to do. So just a resolve. You made the choice unwillingly, unknowingly, that's one thing. Now you're making the choice knowingly, and you know what's up. You just decided that you didn't give a fuck. The fact that he does that is actually quite important. So everybody goes back home. They go back home and they group of two. So you got the young girl and the guy, which means they're kind of neighbor. Now the funniest thing is, this girl, the young girl, she stole money from him. and the racehorse. So because she stole money from him, the fact that he defended her was kind of crazy, but they go back together. Now we're gonna have Ali and the guy with the suit, right? This guy. Now the craziest thing is, this guy with the hero, he charges his phone. The first thing he charges his phone, and because he charges his phone, he's able to see his message, and all of his message are, "You're in debt. You owe us money. You owe us money. You owe us money." So this is to showcase that even though people just left the Squid Games, they're not in a better off position. They're still a financial wreck. So then we go in. There's a really cool scene. We have Jin Hoon. There's actually two good scenes here. So the first one is Jin Hoon goes to the police and nobody believes him. However, there's a crazy thing. One of the police officer brothers is missing, and Jin Hoon, as a proof of the Squid Games are real, he gives them the card that they received to begin with, the square, X, and triangle, which was a Squid Game, and he gives them the card, and then it's a proof that, hey, these are real, and then they call there's a number, and when you call the number from a number that's not recognized, you're sending news to some pharmacy, and then the police like, oh, you're making fun of us. One police officer has his brother missing, and because his brother's missing, the only proof that he has was a card like that. So the police officer know that Jin Hoon is telling the truth. He knows he's telling the truth. It's like, holy shit, this guy's actually for real. This guy's for real. We got main character. So again, you go to the police and they call and it's a joke. But then you also meet the old guy. Now it's never precise. It's never really precise why the old man has such a liking for Jin Hoon. Because they're enjoying shoju together, which is a sort of alcohol. So the police officer is, and what is kind of cool is, and this is something I really enjoy about the storytelling. The storytelling here is quite nice. You have the characters and now you know them, so you bring them back into real life. And now you see the struggles. Like, for example, the girls with her brother, and her brother's like, I miss our parents. Why are you getting your parents? Where are they? Did they abandon us? And the girl's like, no, but I can't tell you that we need money because I don't want to stress you with that. Now we got Ali. Ali, again, which is an amazing character. I love Ali. Ali is in my top 3 characters. So my top 3 characters would be top 5 characters then. The salesman and number 1. Number 2 is Ji Hoon. Number 3 is possibly Hallie. Number 4 is the girl. And number 5 is the frontman, to be honest. The frontman is actually pretty cool. So then Ali owes money. Now Ali, because he's an immigrant, doesn't have like a worker's permit. So he's working for this guy who kind of taking advantage of him. He's like, if I'm not paying you, if you're not working for me, nobody's gonna accept you. Nobody's gonna hire you, so you're my only choice. And then he tells me, hey, you owe me money. And the funny thing is, in the show, Ali lost 2 fingers in the job. What he does is he put the hand of the guy in the machine, but he lost the fingers. Now this is also cool. The girls go back to see the guy who has money. Now this guy is actually super, super important. This guy. So this guy right here. Super important. And the first season, the last one, and the second season is actually quite nice. It's actually quite nice. So it's like, oh, you fucked me over. Then she'll say, if you don't find him, I'll kill you. Then for the money, I'll kill you. Now we have the mom, and the fish lady, she loves her son so much. Which kind of sucks. The police people, they're like, hey. So these are people that go to the mom, and they're telling you, your son owes us a lot of money. The mom's like, okay, well, I'm going to have to sell my shop. This is my only way to do so, which kind of sucks. Because there's so much good people. This guy decides to get drunk, but really fucking drunk with the little money that he has. This guy is the prodigal son. And that's when they decide, like, guess what? This is possibly the best way to do it. This is possibly the best way to get money. And now they're all of them, they're kind of looking for the cards. You got Ji-hoon asking for his friend for money. Now his friend for money is actually quite important. This guy is quite important. So he asked him for money. And he didn't have money. He didn't lend him money. And that's super funny because this is why he's the Squid Game. All of them had a chance to go in. They had a reason to go out. We see the old man and Ji-hoon sharing a soji, which is kind of like a rice alcohol. And what they're doing here is super nice. It's super nice. They're taking a pack of ramen and they're crushing it. Now, this is a huge hint as to something. The old man, constantly talk about himself, how when he was young he had so much fun. He was playing games, and this every single game that he did, like, oh, I played this when I was a kid. So this is kind of important because it shows that he's in charge. You got the gangsters, which is our bad guys. The guy with the tattoo here that harmed the girl. They're like, hey, guess what? We're gonna go to the Squid Game. There's a lot of cash. Everybody's gonna go in, and we're gonna rob the place. We are gonna fucking rob the place. And that's pretty much it. Of course, Jian is asking for money. It doesn't work. He went to the wife, and the wife is like, okay, well, I'll give you money, but you gotta stay out of your daughter's life. So you kind of trade is the money for his honey situation, which again proves he's an asshole. Kind of proves that he's an asshole. And there you go. That's season 1, episode 2. We're 30 minutes in. My battery is at 50%. I'm gonna go in. I want to charge it a little bit because I'm gonna go to my father's like an hour. So that's pretty much it. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.